Today we're going to roast even more Airsoft loadouts that are submitted to the BB Warrior Discord server. At this point, I don't even know what episode we're on. We've roasted probably hundreds of kits at this point, so let's get right into it. We got a submission from Brodus, who's not only a channel member, but he's also been a regular contributor to roast my kit. And if there's one thing I love in Airsoft, it's snow. Now, as a person, I hate the snow, I hate the colder months, but getting that opportunity to go out and play Airsoft in it, I absolutely love. And this kit does not disappoint. Over on the right, looks like it is some sort of Russian high-speed, I don't know what actually unit he's trying to replicate or if he is at all, but I love that AK-74U. With the leafy suit as well in winter, you know, I don't think it's the most effective up against that white backdrop, but it looks cool for sure. And again, I love that 74U. I've got my full-size 74, my GHK, but I kind of want something smaller, so like I'm really torn on what to get, but I think a 74U is going to be in my future for sure. I just think that this loadout looks awesome. Again, even if it doesn't blend in a ton, you know, sometimes the drip is just way more important. So thank you again for submitting another killer loadout to this series. CK16 has a really cool OPT4 DMR loadout, which is something that I feel like you don't see very often. If people are building out a DMR, they're usually going to be doing it with like an SR25, they're going to try to make their M4 look like it, maybe an M14 here every once in a while, but he's got an SVD, which I got to give him props for because the SVDs can kind of be a pain to work on. So just taking a look at this, it looks like it's a lot of stuff that you'd get from a place like Gray Shop. Like, let's be honest, I wouldn't exactly call this like an accurate kit, but I do think it kind of has that like Russian flavoring and looks really cool. I got to give him props, especially for getting an SVD to be working on there. But yeah, it looks like he's got a little bit of a chest rig, a butt pack on there. The only thing that I would say is it looks like I would get some sort of concealment on your back. Like it's just all exposed. You know, it probably helps out in the summertime. But if you got the thing that goes over, you know, your shoulders and your head, get a field top instead of a combat shirt. I think it'll help you blend in a little bit more. But regardless, this is pretty neat in my opinion. I love, again, seeing OPT4 DMR kits because I feel like we only see like American flavored kits, you know, the occasional European one on there. And he says that he has a double pistol pouch, but what? I can't tell what pistol that is. It's probably a Glock, statistically speaking. But overall, this is pretty cool, man. I got to admit, I do like this. So now we have Big Outs, who is a BB Warrior channel member, submitting his kit, and I gotta say, the thing that draws me into this is the rifle. So it's a little bit hard to tell what the kit is because he's got kind of the cloak on, but what I like about this is is that a G28 or is that an M110? I'm admittedly pretty bad at some of the new designations that the Army's giving to rifles, but this rifle itself is just so hot. The mask choice baffles me. I think he's wearing multicam black as well. So admittedly, this version of Roast Your Kit is turning into Rate My Gun. But I love that G28, M110, whatever we're calling it, the 7.62 rifle from H&K. The multicam black is, again, just an interesting choice. Like, I feel like this would be the type of rifle that you want to be able to blend in, but, you know, overall, I think it's pretty neat. I'm trying to figure out what the cloak is, because it is a tactical camo, but, you know, the rifle looks fantastic, in my opinion. I'm not sure if this is one of the AEG ones, or I believe VFC makes a gas version. The one thing I don't like is that 45-degree red dot. Like, my dude got the generic Call of Duty red dot on there. At least get a T1 or a fake RMR or something. Like, they're plenty cheap. As cheap as what you have on there. I think that kind of detracts from it as being a military-style build. Thank you so much for submitting your loadout, man. I think that rifle is sick. And I do just want to take an opportunity to thank all of our BB Warrior channel members. If it wasn't for their continued support, the BB Warrior as we know it simply would not be possible. Their support each month allows me to continue to make these videos, and I appreciate everything that they do. If you want to become a BB Warrior channel member, it comes with some great benefits. Not only do you get a guaranteed spot in the Roast My Kit videos, but you also get to watch these videos and others early, as well as you get exclusive perks on our Discord server and in the YouTube live streams. So if you want to learn more about becoming a channel member and helping to support the BB Warrior so I continue to roast more kits and continue to make other videos, there's information down in the description below, or depending on what device you're on, you can hit the join button next to my username. But let's get back into roasting even more Airsoft loadouts. All right, Crispy Chris, I can't even say that with a serious face, has his Tarkov loadout. And unfortunately, I am a console peasant. and I've not really played Tarkov too much, but I did want to show this just for a laugh because I love 74Us with like the long 40 style magazines. I just think that it looks hilarious. But overall, you know, this does scream Tarkov. I hope that your neighbors don't see you playing with toy guns in the front and the backyard, apparently. But, you know, if you're into the game, I could see this being cool, just admittedly, because I don't really have a point of reference, because I'm a scrub. You know, this is definitely, if this is what the game looks like, you know, a lot of Airsoft loadouts make sense all of a sudden, to be honest with you. We've got BBN Warrior with his chem suit loadout, and my dude just loves to be uncomfortable, apparently. Like, none of this is good in the sense of, like, it's heavy, it's cumbersome, it's just a pain to deal with. And especially with that gas mask on there, like, dude, how do you breathe during Airsoft? Like, I love that you have the double goggle thing, but like, God, dude, that's gotta be uncomfortable. I unfortunately can't really tell what the equipment he has on there is. He has a Crytek CRB, so at least he's got a good Airsoft gun. But like, my dude, you can wear lighter stuff to the field, like, it's okay. And we have one of our Discord moderators who submitted a kit. This is Nothing to It with his saw at Milson West this last weekend. And I gotta say, it was definitely a interesting event. I did a little AAR video on it if you wanna check that out. But nothing's better than running the MG with armor and the helmet, just be as cumbersome as possible. So that definitely had to be a pain to carry around for the event. I'm definitely glad that I brought just like your normal M4 style of rifle for this. And UCP makes it even cooler in my opinion. So we've got a kit from Understandable, which is the Russian Ratnik kit, which I gotta say, you know, I wanna compare this to how I do Task Force Keg, which is basically the American equivalency of this. And I gotta say, you know, it just looks wildly uncomfortable. Like, it always looks like whenever I see a Ratnik kit, it looks like there's just way too much stuff on there. So taking a better look at it with some lighting, first off, bathroom picture. We haven't had one of those in the video yet. It made us look uncomfortable because he has the whole ruck on, and that adds a ton of weight. But, you know, I just think that there's always like some great places to shave off what is there. So like taking a look at I usually try to make sure that people are wearing these, but let's take a look at it from the perspective of it all like laid out on the ground. So he's got a standard AK, got the ability for an optic, that's cool. He's got body armor, and then we've got a helmet, and then we've got his kind of sleep and sustainment gear up here, which I think that's one of the big things that you could do to make your kit work better for you. That sleeping bag is gigantic. There are much better options out there. Weighted plates, which that's, we're not even gonna get into that. I mean, good ingenuity getting your plates up to 5 pounds. I assume you're doing this from Milson West. But my suggestion would be to get a smaller sleeping bag and a smaller bivvy. The USGI bivvy isn't super crazy expensive. That'll give you some nice protection from the rain. And then for a sleeping bag, get something that compresses a little bit better. My advice, if you're going to a Milson West, I like the Snug Pack Jungle Pack. It goes down to 45 degrees. If you add the bivvy, that gives you about another 10 degrees of comfort. I wore this down into the 40s, maybe the upper 30s, and it wasn't the worst thing in the world. I just, you know, put my fleece on when I went to bed. But this is a good start at what I am assuming is a Milson West kit. And then also look into stuff sacks and compression sacks. Sea to Summit is the company that comes to mind, and it makes my sleep system about half the size that it normally is. But it looks like you've got pretty much everything that you would need. I see the food and the stuff in the background, spare uniforms, stuff like that. So I think you're on the right path. I would definitely just look at ways to make some of the more cumbersome items in your kit a little bit smaller. Our next loadout comes from Losty, who knows that I love foreign kits in his videos, and today he has a Polish kit, and this is going to be one of those scenarios where I just think it looks super cool, but I admittedly don't know much about the stuff that is in there itself. And honestly, you know, I love Polish camo, first off. I'm trying to find something new that I like that works well in the like northeastern US, and I think this is a little bit better than M81 in some scenarios. I think the M81 is just a little too dark in my area, but this kit is absolutely sick. And, you know, I also, like, it has that old school cool in my opinion, because we got, you know, the black bloused boots, we've got a ton of different magazines, we've got the plate mounted pistol. This is just like that old school, kind of janky, but also kind of hot. And I absolutely love this. Seeing the armor as well, which he says is from Miwo, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But this is pretty cool. I think the coolest thing about it, out of all the pictures that we have here, is the rifle that goes with it. And I'm trying to get a good picture for you guys to show. That is the Polish barrel, I believe I am pronouncing that right, rifle, which I don't know what we have for that in Airsoft. I think it's one of those kind of harder things to get. He says that it's a cooperation with Ares, sorry that you have to have an Ares gun, with some of the actual kit. It has the 3-round burst that you'd find in the rifle, plus semi and full auto. I think that this is definitely a cool rifle. I think that's kind of what makes this unique. Like the gear and everything's cool, but I love seeing brand new models of Airsoft guns especially, and this is just absolutely awesome. Again, the kit is super cool. I unfortunately don't know a bunch about Polish kit, but I really like this and think that it looks awesome. He says that he has a 226 because nobody makes the pistol that Polish Forces uses, but overall, this is definitely just super cool. So a surprisingly fluffy Jackalope is submitting his heavy gunner kit, and this definitely gives me that vibe of like the video game support weapon class for sure on the Russian side. Taking a look at what he has, says that he has a Gorka and a Defender too, which are two of the most ungodly uncomfortable things that you could possibly be wearing. Like if it's not winter, this dude's going to be a heat casualty for sure. He's got the old school Russian helmet with the visor and a classic PKP light machine gun. Honestly, you know, this is cool. I don't know if it's necessarily like correct for a kit or anything with the smirch above it, but it just has that classic like Russian flavoring for a kit, and I think that these kits are simple but also pretty cool at the same time. The thing that I'm wondering is he's got a holster, but I can't quite tell what's in there, if it's a Russian pistol or anything like that. But overall, pretty neat, if not a little bit simple, but definitely a cool kit for sure. We need more people doing like Russian specialty weapon classes outside of Milsim West. Hi everybody, this is Lane from the future, and I've been working on this video, editing it for the last couple of days, and I realized that I forgot something really important. I never included one of my own kits for you to roast. I think it's only fair that if I'm going to be making fun of everybody's loadouts, well, I might as well share one of my own and give you all the opportunity to in the comments. So that being said, at the last Milsim West I went to, I actually got a really funny picture with two of our Discord server members, and here it is. They got me. What can I say? So this was at Shali Assault. I was wearing my UCP kit as a part of Task Force Keg. I know UCP is kind of divisive. Some people think that it's still really cool. Some people think that it's ugly, which realistically it is, but I think it's neat. So yeah, I think it's only fair that I share one of my loadouts as well. I know you can't see a ton because I'm dead on the ground, but don't worry, I'm actually working on another video about this kit that'll probably be the next upload on the channel. So I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who submitted their kits for this video. Again, if you want to submit it for a chance to be featured, all you got to do is join the BB Warrior Discord server, go to the Roast My Kit Submissions channel, and submit it for that chance to be featured. If you want to keep watching these videos though, see more of the Roast My Kit series, you can click right up here on this card, or if you want to see another video that YouTube thinks you'd like, you can check out right over here. But my name is Lane, and I will see you all next time.